Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to Scanhor!
Hey, take a look at the
Schematics for Glacier or Scare Zone access. Personnel bound for research area, proceed directly to checkpoint.
And that was Glacier 1, by the way.
No! You have interrupted my scan-whoring! Schematics for Research Lab Hydra access. To access Research Lab Hydra, proceed to the wave doors to the south.
Apparently the pirates have wave beam technology.
What we saying, Aaron?
I don't know, I lost it.
Look at the wave beam.
Yes.
Samus literally has a psychedelic party cannon.
I thought I could scan those. I guess I can't. Coloredite statues, worn and weathered.
There's nothing we can do about that right now.
The door has no power, guys.
Oh.
We're gonna have so much stuff to scan in here.
I'm about to get something that's going to cause Zulu to not want to watch the game for a bit.
Oh god, I know exactly where you're at.
So what happens when you shoot one of these things?
That is not remotely what I was trying to scan.
You want to scan this guy right now.
Circuit breakers for lab. This is a shadow pirate. Pirate forces trained to equip for stealth operations. A select group of space pirates have access to sophisticated cloaking technology. Almost burped. This gear drains high levels of power, however forcing them to rely solely on melee weapons in battle. Use enhanced detection given fighting these units. Also, these guys don't disappear, they show up throughout the game.
In the original game, you could not scan shadow pirates if you did not scan this one.
Really?
Because they're always cloaked. And you can't scan them with the scan visor while they're cloaked.
Empty stasis tanks used for biological specimens. Latent radiation readings indicate specimen was highly irradiated. Auto turret malfunction. Yeah, I blew it up. Wait, that would have disabled it. Fuck.
Oh well. Just remember it for later. It's not like the space pirates won't rebuild that turret.
I think I'll be coming back through here exactly one time. Exactly 2 times. Exactly maybe 3 times.
And now we get introduced to the space pirates again.
That's a turret. What are you talking about? I mean, a thing. It's a machine.
I don't know, they look like space pirates to me.
Fuck. I thought it was the sentry. I don't know why I thought that. Finally, a proper scan of them. Morphology, space pirate. That's something. You run into the shadow pirates for the space pirates then.
Yep.
Sentient aggressor species well trained in weapon and melee combat. Space pirates wield galvanic accelerator cannons and forearm mounted scythes in combat. I thought those just were their arms. This species seeks to become the dominant force in the galaxy, and their technology may help them realize this goal. Technology they stole. Something armor roll. The pirates care little for the cost of their ambition. Only the results matter, and they take these very seriously.
So, galvanic accelerator cannons. Does that mean they're wielding rail guns on their hands?
Am I?
Because galvanic, that makes me think of galvanizing something, and that has to do with electricity.
It could also just be that the person who made them was named Galvin.
Nah.
Well, it's obviously a cannon using galvanic acceleration, so whatever that is, it just kind of sounds like a rail gun.
Force field accessible only through space pirate bioimaging. Impossible to reach. What if I blow it the fuck up? Anyway, there are doors. Doors can only be used by space pirates. This is something I missed the first time through, because I wasn't caring or paying attention. Project Titan specimen in a below-less quarantine cave. Relocations recommended increase violent activity. Aaron.
Phazon ore is extremely durable and blast resistant. Although the armor-like qualities of the shell provide ample protection, thermal imaging can be used to detect weak areas in the casing. Improvements must be made to the shell in the event that these weaknesses are found by aggressors.
Robert.
Phazon ore appears to bind through phazon energy. Thermal imaging is required to detect the highest concentration of radioactivity, which serves to bind the stones together. Imaging research is being conducted in the containment vault area of the facility.
Zulu.
East Quarantine Cave is restricted to blue level security. Authorized personnel permitted entry only after bioscan.
Interesting.
Damn, how do I get authorization?
Alright, time to insert our arm cannon into this map station.
Can you imagine what bizarre circumstances would cause Samus to get infused with space pirate DNA next?
It's almost the only thing she hasn't gotten at this point.
She's human, Chozo, Metroid.
Something else
Phazon.
Yeah.
Only temporarily. Ah!
You know that
X.
Samus has two.
Yes, X-Parasite, there we go.
Samus has two dark doppelgangers.
You right. Samus, there's the SAX and Dark Samus. I knew there was a fourth one, I just couldn't think of it at the moment. But it should have been obvious to me, because the whole reason why she even got Metroid DNA infused in her is because of the X-Parasite infesting.
Yeah, but I don't think she absorbed any of the X's DNA. It's more like when she got the Metroid vaccine, the Metroid DNA just ate the X parasite.
True. So she's a tribred, not a quadbred.
She has been severely hybridized.
Okay, yeah.
Samus is a living science experiment.
Oh no.
Yes, but no.
That's not what I was trying to do.
Space
Anyway.
Pirate codes data decoded. Log 10.5587. Mining operations have begun near the crater where Phazon appears to be most concentrated. Daily Phazon yields have increased 44% and our mining system becomes more streamlined as personnel and equipment flows increase. Several instances of Phazon-induced madness have been reported, prompting augmented life support regulation in the deeper chambers. Symptoms include loss of equilibrium, erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and in most extreme cases, hallucinations. A timely reassessment for the refinery operation recommended, as the material proves more unstable after the initial analysis indicated.
Damn, that one had a lot of pages. Robert!
Space Pirate encrypted data decoded. We have codified the newfound energy source as Phazon, a V-index mutagen of which we have very little reliable data. Indications point to a meteor of unknown origin expelling Phazon into the environment. This material appears to possess the power to mutate organic life forms sufficiently to withstand its poison. These mutations appear promising, with abrupt evolutionary leaps appearing in single-generation reproduction. Plans to establish a full-scale science team on Talon 4 are being finalized.
I think you mean Talon.
No, it's Talon 4. You guys are just dumb.
Stasis tank operational, but currently empty.
As your eyes can tell you.
Incredibly empty. There's nothing there. It's like there's nothing there at all. Nothing there at all. Nothing there at all. Stupid sexy Flanders. Specimen 2, euthanized. After a psychotic episode, scheduled for removal.
Oh.
Specimen increased volatility recorded. Predator awareness indicated even in cold stasis. Zulo!
Our initial test exposing Talon's indigenous parasites to Phazon appear to be successful. Increases in strength, size, and aggressiveness are common in all test subjects, as well as unforeseen evolutions like additional poison sacs within the abdomen and the appearance of a second ring of mandibles in several subjects. These creatures were chosen because of their resilience, and it appears possible that, given enough exposure to Phazon, they may one day be able to survive on any planet we transport them to. Our methods will have to be refined. We currently have a 100% extinction rate after the 4th infusion period, and most survivors of the 3rd infusion stage are so violent and uncontrollable that they have to be euthanized. Even still, we remain hopeful that further experimentation will result in success.
Basically, they're experimenting on mutating shit with Phazon here.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Phazon fluid bath levels at 70%, checking diagnostics per procedure. Increased acidity levels recorded in a Phazon ambiotic bath. This is likely a side effect of the Phazon ingestion by test subjects.
Oh boy.
Access to research lab. Aether limited to teams. Sierra only. Personnel bound for Hollow Observatory must use West Elevator. Hey, that's where I'm going.
That looks like a Metroid.
Ice beetle infestation in Ice Vault region has been 95% exterminated. Report any sightings to Why would this thing with the Metroid on it be talking about ice beetles?
I don't know.
Maybe. What do the ice beetles look like?
Not like Metroids. I think they just stuck random graphics there without any thought about what's behind the data.
Increased vital
Cold
signs.
damping appears stable.
Huh.
Elevator! Elevator! Robert!
Specimen life signs normal. Pulse at 140%. Mass increase of 4%.
Oi.
Not a lot.
The pulse increase, though.
Xenome 5A is undergoing relocation to Lab Hydra. Subject's transfer ordered after a pronounced increase in aberrant behavior. Security clearance. Stuff.
Well, to be fair, 4% is really perspective.
Phase-on infusion with an essential energy core of Xenome 5A is a 70% saturation. Increased dosage appears viable.
Here we go. Zulo!
Oh, come on. Most terraforming and retrofitting of security
I skip all the things that repeats the exact same thing every time.
checkpoints on Talon is complete, but we continue to research the alarming epidemic of breaches by local creatures. Door records show no unauthorized entries, so we must presume the creatures are either slipping in undetected during daily personnel moves, or else finding their way
Whoops. I let go of the button.
You're past
One
this.
more.
in. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh, there it goes.
Or
else-
finding their way in subterranean tunnels. We have found many of the small breaches of this latter sort and plugged them wherever we can, but it is unlikely that we will ever achieve full extermination within our current timetable.
Aha.
So the little ones keep finding their way in.
The space pirates seem to be entirely about cold logic and
And
brutality.
entirely incompetent.
Very.
They do seem to kill themselves very often. For
Oh,
instance,
as one log later will tell you.
their call for help is what brought Samus here in the first place. So it's actually kind of funny. The space pirates are so incompetent, even their help is trying to kill them.
I mean, are there even any space pirates in the vicinity to respond to that? Because if there's not, I don't know why they would send out a distress call, because anyone else who would respond to that distress call would be the enemy.
I would definitely want to kill them.
Do not handle sedated xenomes without proper ice containment equipment.
Oh.
Especially not Metroids.
They just can't get away from the Metroids, can they? Jeez.
Well, they're
They're
experimenting on
specifically going after them, so...
Fair enough. You think they would stop after the amount of trouble they've had?
No, because of all the potential they yield. Aha! Fuck you guys.
them. I love how that works. Also, you got to be careful. Some of these computer terminals are destructible. I don't remember which ones, or if you can lose lore entirely as a result. But
Well, I'm sure they would come back, probably, maybe. I didn't know that you could destroy them. That's news to me.
it was in the original game. They may have removed it in this one because it would lock you out of certain scans.
Mutation strain shows massive absorption capacity and flux strain. Replication is now underway. Phase-on batch shows mandible mutation across all subjects. Cross-infusion with batch recommended. Xenome behavioral patterns show decreased reflex activity at temperatures below freezing. That one's definitely gotta be about the Metroids.
Yep, the colder a Metroid gets, the slower it moves.
They are very susceptible to cold.
Something that Samus actually picks up when she becomes a Metroid. Which is why it's very difficult for her to have an ice beam. Once she becomes, infused with Metroid DNA anyway. Otherwise, she can have mass beam all the time.
Research outpost Glacier 1 in the Fandrana Dros region of Talon's Mountains is operating at 85% capacity. Sub-zero temperatures have made the Metroid sluggish to use its control, even those well into phase-on infusion cycles. Cold containment stasis tanks are sufficient for the juveniles. Some of the larger Metroids have moved to quarantine caves for safety purposes. I missed that word.
Security doors remain
An issue, as malfunctions due to ice occur every day. Large predators in the waste are also a concern. They continue to kill personnel and breach secure areas. Unfortunately, it has become clear that our containment teams cannot neutralize all of them without a vast increase in munitions and soldiers.
Tissue samples from stasis tanks must be hand-carried to Lab Hydra for analysis. Notify security of all material moves. Daily decontamination is now required for all personnel working in Lab Hydra.
Oh.
Cordite casing of column appears weak. Specimen optimal absorption mutation has led to unexpected degeneration of internal products.
Oh.
Yeah, it's almost like Phazon eats people.
It's Phazon, they'd eat your face. Viral pathogen found in several xenomes have been traced to Phazon batch. Terminate all subjects.
Man, they've made at least 1,600.
Strain has been successfully replicated. We have named it strain of vertigo. Mutation of beta xenomes proceed.
That's a lot of batches.
Strain vertigo. Man, that must be a pain in the neck.
Oh, no kidding.
Must be a real headache. Doors in the ceiling and in the floors. Interesting.
Well, space pirates do have them ups.
Dodge.
You did. Good job.
Ow.
If you're trying to avoid getting hit, try not to use the wave beam on...
Hey, I want to show something really cool that you can do. I have to go to options, controls, lock on free aim. How do I? There we go. There we go. I think that's what I need. Ah, now I can do this.
What? What?
Free aim while locking on, bitch. Fire around the corner.
Yeah, when those turrets go insane, it's a good idea to be behind a wall because you can't get hit by stray shots. Not really that big a deal if you have a lot of health, but if you don't, it can kill you.
The reason that works is because the wave beam follows the enemy that you're targeting.
Yeah, it has a
Oh.
seeker effect.
Okay, I suppose I really should have done that.
I'm turning it off though because I really don't like moving my arm around while locked on.
But it's good for moments like that.
If I was playing with motion controls, it'd be fine. But I'm not playing with motion controls. Also, it was first introduced with the motion controls.
Metroid Prime would be great in VR.
Yep.
I can see that.
Heck, they made Resident Evil 4 in VR, and it's one of my favorite games ever.
Same.
Actually, I'm surprised they didn't put VR support for this. Then again, I guess they don't care about the Nintendo Labo stuff that much anymore.
Yeah, the Nintendo Labo came and went fast.
Well, it was a gimmick more than it was an actual...
That explains half of Nintendo.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time they tried VR, it was the Virtual Boy.
And Lavo's at least better than that.
That's not VR, that's 3D.
Well, it was a headset anyway.
It's not a headset either. It sits on the table and you put your face up to the screen.
Oh, it's one of those viewfinders.
Sure.
Remember,
Or whatever it was terrible, but it had good games.
What, Zulo?
Nintendo had the first ever motion controls long before the Wii.
Zulo.
Scans of the spiral sector detected a massive energy spike emanating from a Wanderer-class planet identified as Talon. Scout reconnaissance was immediately dispatched to the center of the spike, a land mass at heading mark 40.08.02, returning with planetary samples atmospheric imaging. Analysis shows the energy source to be an unstable radioactive material of enormous potential. We are unable to form an accurate risk assessment at this time, but we are unlikely to find an energy source this powerful again. Analysis will continue, but currently Talon appears to be a viable secondary headquarters.
Oh no, they have detected the meteor. Robert.
Phazon mining is underway. Several garrisons have been established, and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational. The science team continues to make progress in their biotech research. Fentrana Drifts have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon it will be joined by a fully operational combat base in Starport. If Command's predictions are half true, we shall rise to dominance in this sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times. And then they all died.
Yeah. Aaron.
Upper node of astronomical holographic projector is retracted and inactive. Why could I not read that?
This is one of my favorite rooms in the entire game.
Holographic projector extensions are currently inactive and need to be manually rotated. Use the spinners at the base of the projector to move the arms into place.
Alright, we have our next objective.
Yes, let's activate this. Holographic secrets, initiate.
Initialized, you mean?
Initiate. He said initiate. It's initiate.
Okay.
This is your initiation test.
It is only a test. Do not fail.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
I like the thumping that makes. It's a nice rhythmic thumping. It sounds kind of like drums.
Robert likes stumpies.
I have no idea what that means. I'm gonna ignore it.
It's a good idea with some of
What
the
does a
funnier
bunny
shit.
do with its foot?
I've never actually seen a bunny do that in real life. Only in that one Disney movie.
It's because they usually do the thumping when it's to alert other rabbits, so you will rarely see domestic ones because they're not, in danger. You'll see them flop more than anything else.
Flop. Everybody do the flop.
But it's an actual thing. If rabbits are flopping, it's because they are so, they're so, they feel so secure that they will put the most vulnerable part without any problems. Their belly.
Time for belly rubs.
I've always wanted a rabbit, but I can't. There's no way I could have a rabbit right now.
We had rabbits very, 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 very long time ago.
I have a beagle.
My only problem
A
is rabbits have a tendency to poop everywhere.
Aaron.
You have to keep them in a cage, and that's just not good.
Profile. Ecosystem studies indicate that Talon was a biological paradise prior to the impact of an extraterrestrial object. The remains of the biosphere are slowly fading due to exposure to phase-on radiation. At current rate of decay, Talon will be a barren Class 8 wasteland in approximately 25 years.
That's 13.
Oh, sorry. Class 13.
Planet Twin Tabula. 4.1 trillion teratons. The planet is best known for twin fever, a disease caused by viral strain native to Twin Tabula. In the early stages of the disease, victims suffer from double vision, which the town site fades. When the twin site fades, the victim is near death. Yes, town site. It's like town portal. You can see town at any time.
You can't get there.
But you cannot go. Sulo. Planet Zebes. I will do that again because I fucked up.
You did it again.
Planet Zebes, 4.8 trillion teratons.
You say Zebes? I always said Zebes.
Zebes or Zebs, whatever. Potato, Z or Z, whatever. Profile. Planet's crust is a primary eutheric core, making it ideal for subterranean construction. A Class 19 planet, Zebes is inhospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space pirate forces.
Interesting thing about Zebes is where Samus came from.
Jeez, that's the third pronunciation today. Robert!
Planet! Is that
Ormine.
2 O's or D?
Yeah, it looks like 2 O's.
Ormine 2. Mass 2.3 trillion teratons. An uninhabitable wasteland savaged by nuclear dust storms and constant seismic upheavals. What? That's
there
it?
you are. Ah!
What? Did it just vanish? There it goes. Planet Billium. 3.8 teratons. Quarantine. Atmosphere is rife with Meteoralis. Sentient gaseous global exterminator virus. Oh boy.
Oh.
Man, every planet in this system has problems.
It's almost like these planets weren't supposed to be inhabited. Damn.
I mean, Talon 4 is perfectly inhabitable until the
Or
meteor
was.
fucked everything up.
That's true. If Talon 4 is like the only planet in this system that's hospitable.
Well, doesn't that remind you of another space system that only has one true inhabitable planet without terraforming?
That's true. Except I don't think any of the planets in our solar system have nuclear dust storms or
Jupiter's-
global exterminator viruses.
Jupiter's pretty.
What's this item? Find out right now. It's a super missile.
Go collect it. All right, fine. Don't.
I'll
go.
collect it next time on Metroid Prime Z.
In before you scan.
Da,
forgets to
da,
scan.
da,
Da
da.
da da. Bye.